Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Panther, or its full name is Panther Panther. Of course, Hitler dropped the V at the end, the Fünf, and it just became known as the Panther. It's a Tier 7 German medium tank with a rather powerful 75mm gun. And this one's located on the east spawn of Studzianki under the command of Jason Thomas of What Uni 1. Now you can see one mark of excellence on the barrel and the game has started. And Jason Thomas appears to be a fan of only putting camo on the vehicle. Well, actual fact, you don't need to put camo on the turret because it's not actually doing anything for the vehicle in terms of camo quality. He's up on top. The perch gets a shot into an M41 Walker Bulldog, and he's using the bush mechanic so that enemy didn't see where the shell came from. Likewise, got an SU-100 M1 there. There he is. He's back up again. Just seen for a short while, and now we've lost him. Well, the enemy doesn't know where Jason Thomas is. Oh, well, didn't get a shot into the Stura Mill. Not yet. Moved a little bit close to the bush. Now, he can see through the bush now, but of course, if he fires, the enemy more likely going to see him. So he needs to pull back a bit just in order to be unseen. Well, he fired there, but he wasn't seen. His sixth sense didn't go off. And you can see a 210 over there in the factories. Or is that a power station? Always got that wrong. I think it is a power station more than a factory. Okay, well, nothing really to shoot at the moment. So he's decided to go a little further south. Now I do know that something unusual happens in this battle that you don't often see happen for a tank. In fact, it was a bit of a surprise for me when I first saw the replay, because I thought, that can't be right, surely not. Not a Panther tank. And you can see he's looking at the enemy, but just not getting any shots at the moment. The 7.5cm gun will actually do 135 alpha. It's got a very good high penetration round, which high velocity round as well. It's the L70 gun, and that means it's actually very good at drilling through enemy tanks. The Panther was actually designed to get the best qualities that the Germans saw in the T-34, the angled arm at the front, the speed, the mobility. It was supposed to be the replacement for the Mark III and the Mark IV. And originally they did call it the Mark V. In fact, the British did call it the Mark V, until of course everyone started calling it the Panther. He can see some of the enemy tanks, or at least other people can, but he's not getting any shots on them at the moment. Only that one shot on the Bulldog so far. So T-54 Mark 1 up ahead. Now the armour on the Panther isn't that great. It's not that great. It's poor because most shells will go through it. But or say most reasonable shells will go through it, but it does have a lot of hit points, 1300, and so even though it can be penetrated, having such a large hit pool does make it much easier for it to survive, even if it does get hit. Some people think it's a bit cumbersome to move about because it's a bit sluggish. As you can see here, it's moving fairly slowly for a medium. And Jason's actually taking up a position near the Arty. Almost, you might say, camping at the back. Well, he's not actually camping. He's actually waiting for his opportunity to do something. And at the moment, there really hasn't been a chance to get good shots on the enemy. No, still nothing. Oh, KB-13, and he tracked him. But then our standard B moves in the way. Oh, we got a penetrating round there. Now, something you might notice, Jason's only firing standard AP, no APCR at all. So he's going to earn profit at the end of the game because of this. Oh, and he took KB13 out. Now, the T-54 that can't see him because he's just too far away, outside view range, and he was hidden behind the bushes. Can you get more shots from the enemy? Yeah, T-54's gone down. There's an Object 430 up there, that's a tier 9. Now, one thing is, the 75mm gun is very good at sniping at the enemy, and in fact, actually, that's one of the things it was actually designed to do. The engine is actually the same sort of engine that they had in the Tiger, so with a much less weight than the Tiger, it could actually push this vehicle around quite fast. And during the testing, they found that it could actually cope with some situations that the Tiger just couldn't cope with. It wasn't able to go at the sort of speeds that the Panther could go. But the Panther was designed very much like the T-34 to be a flanking tank, to be able to take out the enemy by going around the sides. There's an EPR. He's going down the dip, so we can't get a shot on him at the moment. If he pops up, we might be able to. Well, Jason is actually camping, I would say now, especially when you see something like a Striv 103 going forward. He is bottom tier though, this is the one thing you can say. He is bottom tier, and the top tier game is tier 9, so being tier 7, he's very much at a disadvantage to some of the tanks he's facing, like the Object 430. You get a shot on that 430. Oh, he's gone! The 430's been killed, and if the EBR is taken out, then he might be able to move ahead. There he is. Well, he fired, but he didn't get the kill shot. That went to the Striv. The Striv have moved forward to a position where he could get the final shot on that EPR. And of course, they do present a good target from the side onto you. Now, the British actually, as you may know, the British actually did continue manufacturing Panther tanks after the war ended. They captured the factory where they made these, and they actually went ahead and continued manufacturing them with the spare parts that were available there at the time, so they could take some home for testing, and so the other forces could do the same. And so there were some Panthers built by the British. And one of the ones at Bovingdon is also one of those. Didn't get penetration off that one. Oh, he got the kill on the SU-100. And he didn't see where the shell came from. His sixth sense didn't go off, but we've just lost the Striv. Now, we're 3 tanks up on the enemy at the moment. And all of the others, all of the remaining enemy are in the north, near the power plant. And IS-6 moving on in on LTTB. There's a Tiger there, but the Tiger's about to get surrounded. There's a T-25-2 behind him. The enemy lost their Arty. And there's just wrecks around here now. Well, there's the cap. And it's vacant. And the enemy's just lost another tank. They lost the IS-6 to the LTTB. And oh, I'm not so sure you should destroy that building. I think that may have been accidental. But he's parking now behind the bush. Or maybe there was a reason why he destroyed the building. But there's now only 2 enemies left, and they're on the wrong side of the battlefield. They're over the other side. Ow, we just lost the LTTB to the Conway. but the enemy's going to have to return, and the only way they're going to be able to return is by killing the Wizzy 1114, the T25-2, and the Scorpion G, and that's not going to be easy for them. They're going to have to push through those in order to kill. Well, Jason's quite happy to continue capping, put the pressure on them. They've lost. They lost their IS-6. We've lost the Wizzy 1114, and the T25-2 just took a big hit. But there's only 36 seconds left to go on the cap, and it's still going to be a push for the enemy to get back in time. They've killed the T25-2. They've got to get past that Scorpion G. And at this range, we can see the enemy, but they can't see us because the Scorpion G is spotting for us. So Jason's got the advantage. He can take a shot through that wall. It wasn't a penetrating shot, but he can go again. Oh, now the Conway was killed by the Scorpion G. Only 3 seconds left. 2 seconds. 1 second. He's done it. He's won for the team. There's only one enemy left, but it is only 26 hit points. But we lost the Scorpion G, so Jason's won the battle as being the last man. Apart from the Scorpion, I think. Was it the Scorpion alive? Well, we'll have to see in a second. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. And this is why it's so unusual. In this battle, he got a Raider Invader combination. He only got a Class 3 tanker in that game. But the Raider medal means that he was never detected by the enemy. Every shot he took, he was never spotted once. And he capped out to win, getting at least 80 capture points, which means he got the Invader medal with that. And the combination means that not only did the enemy never see you, but you won the battle never having been seen. And that is pretty amazing. It normally happens to Arty. Arty normally are never seen by the enemy, go round the battlefield, get to the enemy cap and cap out, with the enemy not wondering who the hell is in the actual cap doing the capping. And of course, it's their enemy Arty. So that's quite funny when it's actually a tank doing it, especially a tank like a Panther tank, because you certainly don't expect them to go undetected. But Jason Thomas was very careful not to be detected in this battle, and it certainly worked very well for him. And he got 2 kills without actually the enemy seeing that he was there. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get a lot of damage. He only got 744 hit points of damage in that game. And the GW Panther was alive at the end of the game. He got 661. The Scorpion G was taken out. The GW Panther, he got 661 and no kills, but he was well hidden at the back of the map, as you saw. When it came to kills, again, he didn't get the highest amount. That goes to the Wizzy 1114. He also got the highest damage in the game, 4743. That Jason did manage to get 2 kills in the game, and he also got base XP of 585, whereas the Wizzy 1114 got 1036 and Scorpion G 762. And very well played by the Scorpion G to actually keep the enemy at bay long enough for Jason to cap out and win. Let's have a look at detail. He fired 14 shots in that game, 14 shots undetected, 11 direct hits, 6 penetration, and damage of 744 hit points, and all of it was at more than 300 meters and from behind bushes, so the enemy just couldn't see him. He damaged 4 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and did 427 hit points of damage assistance, and got 100 cap points for capping out at the end of the game with nobody else in the cap. On a standard account, he earned 13,938 credits, and after ammunition resupply and the shells are fairly cheap, he took away 12,412 credits. You know, 1 bond for getting the Invader medal. You don't get a medal for the Raider, but you certainly, it does frighten the enemy that somebody actually managed to go unseen and still win the game. He picked up 585 base XP, got 292 from personal reserves, took away 877 in total, but that was a pretty astonishing game. To get a Raider Invader in a Panther tank, of all things, a tier 9 game, and he just goes undetected throughout, yet still gets 2 kills and caps to win. Amazing. Brilliant game. So, if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.